Good afternoon, hockey fans. We welcome you to KB Willett as we get set for some high school hockey today. It is SPASH and Verona head-to-head. Our auto-select pregame show in just a little bit. Puck drop at 3 right here on Zaleski Sports. Good afternoon, hockey fans. A hearty welcome to KB Willett Ice Arena here in Stevens Point as we get set for some non-conference hockey as SPASH and Verona will meet head-to-head. This is your Auto Select pregame show. Auto Select at Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires with complete auto repair services. Locations on Church Street, Highway 10 East in Stevens Point, Schofield Avenue in Weston. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select and you're good to go. Verona coming in 7-3 off a loss to Wausau West back on Wednesday. SPASH 10-1. They're just picked up their first loss as well against Neenah 4-2. They come in 10-1 on the season. That being said, as we get set for the teams to take the ice, our refs are here. We're going to take a quick timeout here from our friends at Auto Select. And we'll get set for our opening ceremonies on Zaleski Sports.
Vehicle maintenance is vital to your day-to-day life. That's why Auto Select of Stevens Point reminds you to be sure to schedule regular oil changes, tire rotations, and general inspections to keep your vehicle in great shape. Let the helpful, friendly staff at Auto Select ensure your vehicle continues to keep you and your passengers safe on the roads, as well as keep your vehicle functioning the way it was intended. For quality, dependable automotive care from service experts, place your trust in Auto Select of Stevens Point. At Auto Select, you're good to go.
As we continue our Auto Select pregame show, take a look at the two teams again. Verona coming in 7-3 and led in scoring by winger sophomore Daniel Steffen. Comes in with a goal and 13 assists, 14 points on the season for Steffen leading the way there. 13 points for Weston Gerke. The other winger is sophomore. And in net will be the senior Ethan Prisbilo. 3-1 record, an .833 save percentage for Verona. SPASH coming in 10-1 overall, and Grant Molsky leading the way in the scoring department. 16 goals, 13 assists, 29 points, 99 career goals. So a goal tonight will be his 100th career goal for the SPASH Panthers. Grady Miller right behind him in scoring. 11 goals, 17 assists, 28 points. Benny Abbott, 6 goals, 10 assists, 16 points for him. Fletcher Schrader, though, out with injury. Eric Krzyzewski out with injury. So one of their key forwards and one of their 1A, 1B goaltenders out. Hoping to get those guys back this next week. We'll be on the ice 3 times next week for the SPASH Panthers with the trip to Wisconsin Rapids. Then back here at Willett against Marshfield and Hudson next week. Can be found on Zaleski Sports. Again, this is your Auto Select pregame show. Auto Select is Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, for maintenance, and for tires. With complete auto repair services, locations Church Street, Highway 10 East in Stevens Point, Schofield Avenue in Weston. Look to Auto Select, and you are good to go as they get the music fired up as Verona takes the ice. Again, Ethan Prisbilo in net for the Wildcats in their black sweaters, orange numbers, letters, and a big stripe across the front. They'll skate left to right as you look at your screen. SPASH about to take the ice in their white jerseys. The black and red striping as Zach Burdick leads them out on the ice. Black numbers and letters. Burdick on the season, 6-1. A .937 save. He's got 3 shutouts on the year. He had the big one against Wausau West right before Christmas. As both teams on the ice now. Again, we'll get set for our opening ceremonies in just a moment. Get our wireless mic all turned on and ready to go. Get our starters in just a moment as well. Let's turn things over to our public address.
For the enjoyment and respect of all in attendance, your cooperation in demonstrating the ideals of sportsmanship is respected and greatly appreciated. Our fans, let's welcome the visitors. The Wildcats from Verona area senior Verona High School. In goal, our senior number 31, Ethan Brazil. At defense, a sophomore, number 12, Mason Struck. At defense, a freshman, number 20, Keaton Fritz. At forward, a sophomore, sophomore, number 16, Daniel Steffen. At forward, the sophomore, number 11, Ashton Becky. The Wildcats are coached by Josh Kaiser. Coach Kaiser is assisted by Scott Merrill, Alex Edwards, Joe Marshall, and Troy Colson. And now, the Panthers from Stevens Point Area Senior High. In goal, a junior, number 31, Sam Morgan. At defense, a sophomore, number 6, Becky Carroll. At defense, a sophomore, number 19, Zach O'Shirley. At the wing, a junior, number 15, Becky Allen. At center, a sophomore, number 7, Max Milton. And at the wing, a senior, number 11, Kenny Wester. The Panthers are led by head coach Dan Colby. Coach Colby is assisted by Dylan Fox, Katie Golden, Anthony Neal, Tyler Bruce, Mason Fern, and Chris Before the game begins, let's honor our great nation, the men and women serving our country both at home and abroad, fighting for the freedoms we enjoy. We ask that you please stand during the remove your hats. And now sing the national anthem of the SPASH honor committees under the direction of Mr. Luke Hassett.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets were there, and the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the
Our anthem concluded. We're moments away from puck drop here on Zaleski Sports. My name is Mike Wellen. Glad to be with you guys. My first broadcast of the new year. Glad to have you guys joining us here in 2026. Angelica Dean on the production side of things, doing all the hard work so I can talk about hockey for the next hour and a half or so. It's the Panthers and the Wildcats going head to head. It'll be Middlestat taking the draw against Bethke, Ashton Bethke. 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points for him. Middlestat looking for his first goal. He's got 8 assists on the young season. And 2 good teams coming off a loss. Again, Verona coming off that loss to Wausau West back on Wednesday. It was a 9-2 game. SPASH 4-2 against Neenah. Their first regular season loss since 2024. Burdick in nets. Prisbillo for Verona in net. The 2 number 31s, Middlestat, will skate into the circle, and we are underway as the puck is dropped. Face-off won by SPASH. Here's Middlestat. He gets around. He shoots. And the save is made into the pads and held 13 seconds in. We'll get a draw on the right face-off dot. Face-off taken, this time won by Verona. It's turned over to Westrick. He'll skate it around back to the point. Carroll will now jump in on the rush. Carroll thought about dropping it for Abbott, and he turns it over and up the wing, tipped out, and back towards center as Ostricki will then send it right back for SPASH. Abbott. He'll drop it off. It's intercepted by Steffen and sent back down. We're all the way down for an icing with 16:20 here on the clock, 40 seconds in on this afternoon. Whereas over our friends at the Rock and Roll Cafe, find a great variety of breakfast options at the Rock and Roll Cafe. Breakfast, lunch, Friday fish fry, service with a smile. It's open daily, breakfast and lunch only on Stanley Street in Stevens Point. Face-off one. Back for Jerome Poirier, and he can't handle it. It's tipped away, and now a 2-on-3 attack. A bouncing puck stopped and covered up by Burdick to force the stoppage. Jack Albert in to take the draw. Face-off one. A backhander is saved by Burdick. A tricky shot. As Poirier will bank it forward for Grady Miller. Miller had a hat trick in that Wausau West game. That one sent for Dominic Marshall. Miller sends it all the way across, looking for Bo Schrader. Goes back to Logan Ostricki, the senior defenseman. He'll try and center one, and that's going to be blocked out in front by defenseman Wes Willenberg, and they'll clear it back down. Poirier now. Long saucer pass, tipped in. And that's going to be then Brisbilla will play it off to the corner. Miller takes a shoulder from Willenberg, and here's Verona trying to break it out, but is stick lifted by Schrader. A shot and a save made off of Bolton. Jaron Bolton on the ice. Poirier for Miller. His shot is blocked. They try to clear it, and they can't. Miller, his stick lifts, gets it right back. He'll skate it back out towards center, and he will try and toe drag, and he's in offside. His possession dominated by SPASH, but a couple of good early looks. A couple of tough angle looks for Verona. Burgess had to make a couple of nice saves. So the shot total actually favors Verona 2-1 right now. So Bolton on the ice, flanked by Thomas Oswald and Johnny Weiss, and Oswald will just send it in. So a fourth line for SPASH out. Weiss has had a goal this week. A battle in the corner, it's kept in. And here's Oswald. Oswald gets around, shot. Shugging for the short side, and it's saved by Brisbilla. Weiss will play it back behind the net. Verona will try and clear, and they can't. As Jackson flees, keeps it in. Bolton trying to center it. Save made off of Oswald. It's young line for SPASH doing some work, as that'll be sent down for an icing. 14:21 on the clock. As the faceoff will come all the way back down to the Verona end. And the Middlestat line will come out for SPASH. Faceoff won by the Panthers. Abbott back for Ostricki. He'll play it into the corner and send it behind the net. Middlestat will get there first as they bunch up along the near side boards. Middlestat behind that, looking to center it, and that's going to be tipped away by one of the defensemen. It's like that was Nolan Bates, but he can't get it out of his zone. Bates with it now. He'll bank it forward. And Carroll will keep it in at the blue line. That was against Weston Gerke. Now here is Gerke. He'll skate out, just center ice, he'll just dump it in, and they'll go off on a change. Burdick will play it off for Zach Ostricky. He'll make the long pass for Abbott right on his tape. Abbott up to the face-off dot. Goes around, forehand shot, just wide, may have gotten a piece of the blocker. Middlestat centers it and intercepted by Gerke, who's still on the ice. He was not able to get off, and he takes a hit as he gets rid of it. That one dropped off for Miller. Miller gets around, jumps around, keeps it in, and keeps it on his stick. He'll drop it off. Shot off of Marshall. And another save made. That one may got a shaft of the stick. That one a shot, and then another one gloved and held by Ethan Prisbillo. Couple of big shots there. Might as well that this afternoon's game is brought to you by Blinds and Designs by Kelly, Premier Auto Body, Stevens Point Brewery, Lee Ayers, Jewelers, Point Heating and Cooling, and Portesi Pizza. Face-off was won by SPASH, but taken right away by Verona, and they'll skate back up the right wing. Some good wheels there from number 14, Eli Matala, but they can't get it anything pressed. Now here's Logan Ostricky. He had a 4-goal game earlier during the winter break as he'll go on the rush and drop it off Bo Schrader. Miller couldn't get a stick free for a one-timer. Ostricky will one touch too far for Poirier. And one of the SPASH captains will have to go and chase it down. Marshall skates in, drops it off. Schrader with a nice move for Miller, top of the slot. Good stick lift. Puck though still loose. We got a penalty coming. And I think SPASH is going to get a power play. We got a head contact call. We got 4:39 for head contact. So into the box goes Mason Strutt, and SPASH will get a power play. Face-off one right back by Benny Abbott for Carroll. Here's Fleece. He'll walk into one. Shot was deflected behind the net. Abbott drops it back for Ostricky. Right back for Benny Abbott. Carroll looking for the shot pass. It goes into the corner. Carroll. A 3-defenseman power play for SPASH. Ostricky to the dot. He'll wire one that is going to be saved by Prisbillo. 30 seconds into this power play for SPASH. Verona with a chance to clear, and they do. It chips back down the ice, and Carroll will get on tip to him by Burdick. SPASH a couple of changes in. Now Miller on the ice. We have not seen Grant Molsky yet. Back for Miller. He'll just quickly pass it for Flees. Flees has his stick tied up. As Verona trying to clear, and they can't yet. And now they get some possession. And that one just gloved over the top and gloved down by Carroll. That's center ice. Beckett Carroll skates in on side, gets around the right wing. Aggressive. And now shorthanded rush. Back the other way. Carroll's able to chase him down and get a stick on Matala. As Flees will have it tipped behind, and now here comes Miller trying to break it out. 30 seconds left on the penalty. Miller all the way. Goes around, looking for a wraparound. He'll bring it all the way around the boards, keeps it on the stick. Saucer pass back for Westrick. Drops it right back for Grady Miller. He'll take a shot, save made, and up and out of play. Up into the netting behind the net. 15 seconds left on the penalty for Strutt. SPASH will get a late change. Ostricky will come in on the wing for Middlestat. Miller gets booted from the dot. Bo Schrader will take the draw, and it's won by Verona. But Poirier steps up, keeps it in the zone. 10 seconds left on the penalty. There's one over the glove. Still loose in front of the nets and knocked down. That should kill off the penalty. Daniel Fisher Can't get it out of the zone. Here's Miller, back to 5-on-5 out of the box. Here comes Verona. Stick check, trying to go far side and can't do it. Just winding through for Grady Miller for Verona through the blue paint. Here's Grady Miller for SPASH around the edge. 7 minutes in, shot 6-2 Panthers. That one trying to dump it in, they can't, as now Westrick and Schrader tied up. But back in is Miller. He'll send it all the way across, not there. Played back for Verona into the near side boards. Wildcats able to get a couple of changes. Shot save made Burdick. Nice play there from Bowden Brotzman. Now quick turnover, back the other way, 2-on-2. A shot sent, may have gotten a piece of the blocker. It goes over the net. As Jaron Bolton battling in the corner. Verona comes out with it. Here's Oswald. Shot deflected into the corner as 3 players hit the ice, and it's all the way up to center ice. That whistled around the boards. Mason Strutt can't handle it. He gets tipped back. Verona was on a change as well, as Bolton trying to chip it forward, can't, and now back in is Watson Gerke. Reed Molsky makes a play. Now Bolton for Oswald. Now here's Jaron Bolton trying to escape forward. He will just roll it into the far side boards, and SPASH will get some new forwards on the ice. They'll get the middle stat line out. Spinning and is chipping it in at center ice as Verona will go off on a change. That was Gerke. Abbott chipping it forward, chips it forward again for Westrick. 2-on-1 developing. Westrick up the wing. Shot, save made, and it rolls through. It trickles through and scores. Teddy Westrick will get his 4th of the season. At 8:56, the time of the goal. That's a Serve Pro goal for SPASH. Call Serve Pro the number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro like it never even happened. As Teddy Westrick trickles one through the pads of Prisbillo, and it's 1-0 SPASH. Already after the faceoff, Schrader trying to get in, and he has it. He's checked off the puck, and that's chipped back out toward neutral ice. SPASH had to quickly tag up, and that's rolled off of the pads of Carroll. We'll give it to Westrick. We'll get the assist. Westrick from Abbott at 8:56. The time of the goal. Beckett Carroll from the point. Drops it, and that's intercepted. It's tipped away, and Ostricki will chase it down. And chips it in. Carroll will leave it to the right side for Zach Ostricki. He'll just chip it in, but it can't get any sort of established pressure, and that is not out of the zone. SPASH trying to keep it in now. They get it back towards center. Carroll. He throws a huge hit right in front of us, right in front of the benches. Ostricki trying to get out the zone, and they do. Rolling puck right on the blue line. So tough to try and stay on side there, but both teams able to do so effectively. That's wheeled behind the net. Zach Ostricki with it. That one deflected off a stick for Weiss. And SPASH getting to some of these younger players, these 4th liners, a bit more time tonight. Coming off a 3 games in 3 days tournament earlier this week, and then also couple injuries they're dealing with. Bolton for Weiss. He'll just roll it in. As Oswald now on the left wing, and that's going to be chipped back to center. Glove down by Jerome Poirier. He'll play catch. Poirier skates in, and he's stick checked away with 6 minutes to go here in the first. Shot 7-3 SPASH. trying to center it and intercepted. Verona doing a pretty good job in front of the net, not letting anything get to the slot. That one all the way back to the blue line. Logan Ostricki, high-scoring blue liner, and he has his pocket picked. That one just going to be chipped down and gloved by Burdick. He'll leave it for Ostricki. Ostricki out with it, all the way up, coast to coast. Gets around, waiting for his line, some line mates. He'll drop it off for Benny Abbott. Abbott gets some speed. Back for Fleas on the blue line. For Westrick, who's got the goal. He'll go back for Abbott. Abbott looking for the shot pass. Between the legs, back to Westrick. Into Fleas. Fleas spin, pinned against the boards. Trying to glove it down, and we're going to get a hand pass called on Spash to bring the faceoff out of the zone with 5:01 to go. Might as well let Simplicity CU brings home the win with great mobile options and the right loan for your family, business, or home. Check them out, simplicity.coop today. Face-off on the hand pass is going to go all the way down, actually, because it was a hand pass in the offensive zone. They're going to treat it like an icing. So an offensive zone face-off. Shot save made by Burdick right off the face-off. Molsky. Reed Molsky drops it for nobody, goes into the corner. Chip forward for Bo Schrader. Schrader plays it back at the blue line. He'll jostle in the corner. And Grady Miller out with it for Spash. He'll drop it off for Reed Molsky. Stepping up on the rush from the blue line. Molsky for Miller. Miller gets taken down. Is trying to center in front of the net. It goes all the way back to Marshall. There's a shot and a goal. Spash makes it 2-0. On a shot that seemed harmless. 12:43 time of the goal. Even strength for the Spash Panthers. Another Surf Pro goal here in the first period. Face-off won by Verona. We'll get the official announcement in just a minute. I was checking my roster and some numbers changed, some new players in, then I looked up and the goal was scored. Grady Miller's going to get the goal. It'll be Miller from Reed Molsky at 12:43. For Miller, that's his 12th of the season. Molsky gets his first point. That one shot blocked out in front. Another shot. That one is saved and then cleared back down. We'll get an icing. And will we? No, we will not. That's on net. Ostricki. That's his stick checked away. Carroll just banks it back out for Zach Ostricki. Trying to send it across ice for Oswald, and that's intercepted. Carroll keeps it around, and we're going to get an interference call on Jaron Bolton. It was a textbook interference penalty at 13:42. And Verona is going to go on a power play. You guys are only at the Shiro Tire and Auto Service Coloring Contest in full swing with a chance for all kids 10 and under. Get up to $500 for their school and a gift card for you. Get details, enter your entry at ShiroTireColoringContest.com. Ostricki will then send it all the way around and out. And an early clear for the Smash penalty killers. Abbott and Middlestad, the forwards. Poirier and Ostricki, the defenseman, for the Smash penalty kill. As here's the captain, Grady Miller for Verona, trying to send it in as Bolton sits for interference. That one cleared down again. Kills off the first 30 seconds of the Bolton penalty. That one rolled forward. Here comes Middlestad. And we're going to have a Verona penalty. We'll skate 4-on-4. Interference call at 14:25. On Verona, that's number 7. That'll be Gerke, sitting for 2. So minute 17 of 4-on-4, and then SPASH will have a 43-second power play. As Poirier just launches over the top, and we'll have an icing as it gets to the goal line, brings things back. There's a little Infinity Exteriors is installing peace of mind, roofing, siding, and windows built to last. Saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. They guarantee quality you can trust. That's Infinity Exteriors. Again, wherever you are, glad to have you joining us on this Saturday. We start the new year. Over 1,000 broadcasts last year, over 1,000 this year here on Zaleski Sports. So SPASH will go off both teams will skate 4-on-4. Here's Fleas up the right wing. He'll drop it off for Jace Deedy, getting his first ice time. Deedy's shot is blocked and up into the netting with 2:04 to go here in the first. Again, 2-0 SPASH. Goals at 8:56 from Teddy Westrick and 12:43 from Grady Miller. Deedy and Westrick, Fleas and Carroll. Verona's got Ashton Bethke taking the draw. Face-off one, back by SPASH. Fleas will pinch, and it's intercepted back the other way. Goes Steffen. Carroll wheels away from him. Trying to chip it forward, he can't, and there's a big-time hit right after releasing the puck. Bethke and Carroll collide. As Fleas all the way around, trying to center it, and just can't quite get the stick free. It looked like Westrick was there. SPASH will make a change. Ostricki now onto the ice. Poirier looks for Grady Miller. As now it's a SPASH power play as Middleset gets onto the ice. Bolton out of the box. Miller skates in. Miller trying to center it. Back for Poirier at the blue line. He'll drop it off for Miller, top of the face-off circle. Poirier leaves it for Miller. Final minute here of the first. His takes a shot, he scores! Wired in on the power play, and SPASH makes it 3-1. Miller gets the second of the day at 16:03. Time of the goal. Another serve pro goal for the Panthers in the 13th of the season for Grady Miller. Wait to see who gets all the assists on that one. Face-off tied up at the dot and then chipped in by Oliver Kruger as Burdick will then backhand it into the corner for Weiss. Miller gets another one. It's Miller from Schrader and Poirier on the power play at 16:03. That one deflected into the corner. Play back towards center ice. Now here comes Fleece. He'll backhand it in. Final 23 seconds. That one chipped in, kept in. 12 seconds left. Especially looking for one last rush here. Verona just trying to get it back out as Molsky plays it back into his own zone. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. And that will end the first period as we'll get a one last attempt is sent wide. And 1 period is in the books. It is SPASH 3 and Verona nothing. Shots 9-5 in favor of the Panthers. As we will step aside and hear from some of our great sponsors here at the intermission. Goals from Westrick and Miller twice as SPASH leads 3-0 after 1 on Zaleski Sports, brought to you tonight by Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
So, after a couple years of this, it's time for more money and better opportunities. That's where Midstate Technical College comes in. Are you a born leader? Is hospitality your thing? Maybe you're into efficiency. Or do you love building teams? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. So stop getting by and level up today.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eclair.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield. Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
It is first intermission here from KB Willett Ice Arena here in Stevens Point. SPASH bouncing back from that loss so far pretty well. 3-0, they take the lead through one. Shots 11-5 as they adjusted one here. So Brisbane made 8 saves on 11 shots. Burdick went 5 for 5. Your scoring summary started at 8:56 of the first period. Teddy Westrick got his 4th of the season, assisted by Benny Abbott. He gets his 17th point. And it was an even strength goal, made it 1-0 as it trickled through the pads of Prisbillo. Then at 12:43, Grady Miller got one through some traffic. Got his 12th of the season from Reed Molsky, who got his first point of the year. Made it 2-0. And then on the power play late at 16:03, it was Miller again. Assisted from Bo Schrader, who gets his 14th point, and Poirier, who gets his 18th point. 30 points now for Grady Miller on the season, 13 goals, 17 assists, 30 points. He'll take the team lead in points with his 2 goals in this first period. Your penalties at 4:39. Head contact was called on Mason Strutt. They killed off that penalty for Verona. Jared Bolton was called for interference at 13:42, but it quickly became 4-on-4, 43 seconds later, on an interference call on Watson Gerke. Once Bolton got out of the box, SPASH got on the power play, and then Miller would quickly score that power play goal to make it 3-0. And Burdick 5 for 5 in saves. Brisbillo 8 of 11 in the net. And I did see getting loose potentially outside the locker room was Parker Wong. We'll see if maybe Verona and Coach Beiser make a goaltender switch in the second period. But as of right now, it sits 3-0 in favor of SPASH as you are watching high school hockey on Zaleski Sports, brought to you this evening by Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
Win for you and your school with the Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. News Channel 7 Winter Wonders Coloring Contest. Kids 10 and under could win up to $500 for your school and a gift card for you. Get the details and submit your entry at SherrillTireColoringContest.com. The Sherrill Tire and Auto Service Winter Wonders Coloring Contest is how kids 10 and under could win up to $500 for your school and a gift card for you. Show us your winter wonders with Sherrill Tire and Auto Service and News Channel 7.
Did you know we carry chocolate that can help you stay strong and fit this holiday season?
Looking to buy flooring today? Shop R&R Flooring and Furniture. We have more flooring in stock and ready to go than the big box stores. Over 250,000 square feet.
That's right, over 250,000 square feet of luxury vinyl planking carpet in over 150 colors.
R&R guarantees you will find what you're looking for at a price you won't find anywhere else.
Grab your new floor today or schedule an installation.
When it comes to flooring, furniture, and mattresses,
It's easy.
come to R&R Flooring and Furniture today. That's all it takes.
If you ask us, picking out new furniture should be fun, and when you work with us, it is. Home Furniture's free design assistance in your home or in our store. We make the process as easy as possible by helping you envision what your furniture and your room will look like. What inspires you? Visit Home Furniture today to create a single sofa or an entire room. We'll help you bring it all together. Dream it, create it, love it. Home Furniture's free design assistance, West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Intermission continues here on Zaleski Sports. The first intermission, 3-0 Smash. Of course, this game one of a few going on today here on Zaleski Sports. Glad to have you guys joining us. We'll take a look at our Zaleski Sports schedule and scoreboard. Earlier today, we had a doubleheader, Rosholt and Loyal going head-to-head. Started with girls basketball, and it was a Loyal Greyhound 80-11 win. And then they switch over to the boys. Get you guys a score for that one, and Loyal sweeps it 83-52 for Loyal in that one. Coming up in a little bit, it will be Columbus Catholic and Auburndale boys basketball and Neenah Marshfield boys basketball coming your way tonight as well. Again, you can find our full schedule at ZaleskiSports.com. And go find full standings and scores statewide for basketball and select conferences for hockey. We have the Wisconsin Valley, the Great Northern, and the Big Rivers Conference standings on there, as well as the Pacelli Co-op team is listed as an independent on our pages. Also stay tuned. Coming up early next week, we'll have our first seed projections for girls basketball. We're using the WIAA formula to try and project or see where they stand right now as far as who would be seeded where if the playoffs were to begin next week. Of course, that'll be official later in February. February 15th will be girls bracket drop, 22nd for the boys. Stay tuned for the next few weeks to find that. That being said, we'll step aside again. It's 3-0 Smash in the first intermission. Shots 11-5 for the Panthers. You're watching high school hockey on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
Excuse me, is this carpet stain resistant?
No, doesn't seem like it is. Sorry.
For advice from real flooring experts and huge savings on stain-resistant flooring, visit Carpet One. Carpet One Floor and Home. Right now at your local Carpet One, you can get help from our flooring experts while saving big and enjoying special financing on beautiful floors for your home. Come see us today.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
Grandparents worked so hard their whole life to keep things nice. You want to make sure that you're getting the job done correctly. At no point did I feel like I wasn't being handled by professionals. They were literally taking it on a surgical level, it seemed. Like they were very, very thorough on every step. I feel like Infinity treated my family with the same respect they would have treated their own. I feel like my house was brand new again.
Hello, Wisconsin. Phelps Dairy Store in Stevens Point is your spot for family fun, Wisconsin style at the farm. Come have an ice cream or some of their daily made fresh cheese curds while observing the robotic barn milking the cows. Ask for a tour of the farm or let the kids see the cows up close. Various Wisconsin-made dairy and beef products, seasonal decor, and outdoor activities are just the start of the family fun that awaits you at the Phelps Dairy Store, just a half mile from Walmart in Stevens Point. Phelps Dairy Store, food, family, and fun.
the Zamboni is off the ice. The nets are getting put into place, and we're getting set for the second period. I can see the Verona coaches heading back onto their bench. They will go now left to right. Looking at screen, or they will skate right to left. Smash will skate left to right here in the second period. Again, shots 11-5, and it looks like I'm looking toward the entrance for Verona. Looks like we may see a new goaltender in the game. Could be Parker Wong. I see the number 1 out there, the senior. He is 4-2 on the season. He's never been their starter. He's faced the most shots, a .918 save percentage and a .229 goals against. So he's been their number 1 goaltender as far as the numbers go this year. But they were giving him a break after the Wausau West game. Gonna check and see who was in net for that game. One was in the net for that game. He gave up 8 goals on 35 shots in 2 periods before Prisvillo came in at the end of that one. So it looks like we're going to see a change in net. For Verona. Our officials are on the ice. As Spash takes the ice, Burdick back out there. As it is a Wong in net, so Parker Wong will take over in goal for Verona. Middlestadt will take the draw against Bethke. And we're underway. Face-off won by Spash. And it'll be chipped in here. Steffen, he'll take a shot that's blocked by Zach Ostricki. As Carroll will leave it for Ostricki along the left side boards. He'll roll it all the way for Westrick. He'll wheel and turn, gets a shoulder check, keeps it going, and is able to send it back behind the net for Strutt. Gerke. Centering back for Westrick, back the other way. Westrick, who had the first goal of the game, he tries to send one for Abbott. Westrick gets it back, plays it back to the point for Carroll. Leaves it, trying to get it back for Westrick, who is skating toward the point, and it's now played into the corner. Carroll. Plays back for Abbott. Plays back to center. And scoring! Ostricki puts it through, and it's 4-0. Zach Ostricki gets his first of the season. and a minute 13 here in the second period. It's 4-0 Spash. Another Serve Pro goal for the Panthers, called Serve Pro. Number one choice in cleanup and restoration, Serve Pro like it never even happened. Now taking the draw. First time we're seeing Grant Molsky tonight. In with Miller and Bo Schrader. It is Molsky for Ostricki. He'll take a shot. That's going to be tipped off the glove. A left-handed catching, or right-handed catching goaltender for Wong. And a shot, a save made by Wong. An unassisted goal for Ostricki, his first of the season. As we'll get an icing back down the other way. Face-off won by Molsky. Back for Ostricki. He'll leave it for Poirier, who will just chip it into the corner. That will be flipped up into the Spash bench, and we'll have a offensive zone draw. Those are our friends at Nicolay Bank, offering personal banking at its best locations. Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill. You can learn more at nicolaybank.com. Dominic Marshall takes draw with Ethan Fisher and Weiss. Marshall. As Fisher will battle in the corner, he'll get it across for Weiss, looking for a short shot, and that rolls through the blue paint. Poirier jumps in. Marshall keeps it, and here's Fisher. And that's going to be banked back towards center and all the way down. It's going to roll on net. Burdick will make the easy stop. One touched over and a big open ice hit on Marshall. Smash on a change, we'll get an icing. 14-18 to go here in the second. Runners as well for your home with the best from Home Furniture. Sofas, sectionals, beds, recliners, lighting, tables, rugs, and more. Home Furniture, location the Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover. Face-off won by Middlestat. Westrick for Reed Molsky. D to D for Fleece, trying to weave his way through. Leaves it back for Westrick, right back to Fleece. Westrick plays it back to the point for Molsky. Reed Molsky gets through, and then that one just looking to get on net, blocked out in front, and rolled back towards center, and it'll be chased down by Molsky. Molsky, a long-range pass. Westrick onto the tape of Abbott, trying to toe drag. Beautiful move, shoots, and misses high. Abbott with the toe drag. That's going to be kicked forward and down. No Weissing, will be chased down by Flees. Flees keeps it on his stick all the way into the zone. Looking to shove it in. It's still loose in front of the nets. And banked up and out of the zone by Gerke. Carroll battling with Steffen. Steffen, Verona's leading scorer. Carroll. As here comes Gerke back the other way. He'll just chip it in, take a hit from Miller. Carroll backhands it all the way around to the near side. That one sent wide through some traffic back to the point it goes for Keaton Cripps. And he'll play it back behind the net. Flees. As Verona in a couple of changes here. Carroll's going to try and lob it over the top for Molsky. As here's Miller. Miller sliced through a couple of defenders, leaves it on the wing for Molsky. Molsky, he'll take a shot that's blocked by Cripps. Carroll will fire one in, and net, and the save is made and held onto by Parker Wong. Roswell for 90 years, Valley Communities Credit Union's been part of your hometown team. Local, trusted, strong Valley Communities Credit Union, or community comes first. Federally insured by NCUA. Face-off won by Spash. Carroll sends it to the slot for Weiss. And cleared back out towards center for Beckett Carroll. Ostricki for Fisher, who gets it onside, trying to get around. Weiss still loose, chipped up into the net. There's Wong does not have the puck as he was trying to cover it up and ends up back into neutral ice. 11:42 to go here in the second. Weiss leaves it for Fisher in the slot. He'll take a shot. That's deflected and blocked out in front. Carroll. He'll pinch and skate around. He loses it and fired back to the blue line, but not out. Ostricki. Back for Bolton behind the net. Weiss with a backhander on net. Save made and held by Wong. The Middlestat lineouts against the Miller line for Verona. Grady Miller will take the draw. It's won by Spash. But he goes through the legs of Logan Ostricki and back. He'll go to Poirier. He'll quickly chip it in. And right back to center it goes. Ostricki through his legs, and Poirier will chase it down and settle a bouncing puck. That one rimmed all the way around, looking for Middlestat, and that's Cripps will saucer it across for Oliver Kruger. 10:53 to go in the second. Shot 6-0 for Spash in the period. 17-5 in the game. There's Ostricki. Keeps it in onside. He'll take a tough shot. That's going to be deflected up into the netting off of Wong, and it'll stay in the offensive zone. 10:36 remaining. Face off again, won by Spash. Miller trying to get Molsky in the slot. And that one deflected. Quick start and stop. Good stick lift there from Gerke. Steffen tries to make a hit, and Reed Molsky sent it in, but it's not going to get out. Shot save made off the stick of Burdick. Shot by Ashton Bethke. And Burdick faces his first shot of the second. Here's Bo Schrader. 2-on-1 developing with Miller. Schrader drops it for Miller. Shoots. Scores! Hat trick for Grady Miller. On the 2-on-1. At 6:56, time of the serve, pro goal for Grady Miller. His third of the day, his 14th of the season. It is 5-0 Spash. Face-off one for Spash. We're back underway. Carroll leaves it for Bo Schrader on the right wing. All the way across for Miller. Miller back for Ostricki. He'll take some shot through traffic, and it's into the shoulder and held by Wong. Roswell Stevenson Orthopedics, proud to provide complimentary sports physicals to Central Wisconsin athletes this winter. Call 715-344-0701 to schedule your appointment. 715-344-0701. Again, stay tuned as well. Don't forget, next week, 3 hockey games for Stevens Point for you guys. Tuesday in Wisconsin Rapids, Thursday at home against Marshfield, and then Saturday night against Hudson. Miller from Schrader at 6:56. The hat-trick goal for Grady Miller. The second hat-trick here at Willett in consecutive games. And a hat-trick against Wausau West. That one banked out towards center, and Carroll, weaving through some traffic, gets pushed from behind, and is still able to keep it on his stick, and they still battle in the corner. That one sent all the way around back to the point for Ostrick. He'll take a shot. That's going to be knocked down by his own teammate, Marshall. Hit him in the hip. It's Marshall, Weiss, and Fisher the line in now. That one banked up and back towards center for Carroll. Becca Carroll in. That one on net, caught and held. Poirier with the shot. Long the hold. And we'll force a face-off. 8:38 to go here in the second. Shots now 20-6 in the game, 9-1 in the period for SPASH, including 2 goals from Ostricky and Molsky. Or sorry, Miller. Miller with the hat trick. Here's Logan Ostricky. Shot and the point deflected and into the corner from Poirier. Abbott plays it for Middlestat in the corner. Westrick back to the point for Poirier. He'll take a low shot. That's deflected wide. Ostricky back at the point. Stepping up and then chipping it back to center ice. Poirier leaves it. It's a 3-on-2. Looking for a shot, and Ostricky with the block. Logan Ostricky goes horizontal, knocks it down, and prevents a scoring opportunity. Plays all the way back down. It'll be chased there by Keaton Cripps, the freshman defenseman. Long range pass, deflected. Schrader had to wait to tag up, and now he's going to skate in on side up the right wing. Especially some new defensemen on the ice. That one knocked away and turned over for Mason Strutt. He'll get it in for Gerke, and that'll be knocked down. Burdick will play it behind his net. Flees. Can't handle it. Almost turns it over. As Molsky. Now Steffen, he'll take a long-range shot, knocked down by the stick of Poirier. And Schrader just gets the toe of his stick on that attempt. Another one deflected up high off the glass by Poirier. Molsky up the left wing. Molsky gets around the first defender, keeps it on his stick. All the way around for Grant Molsky. He'll get around, looking for a deflection for Miller, and the save made by Wong. That one chipped up and out and toward us. Even up here, we had this a couple times last year, keep your head on a swivel. You're in press row. We had one last year, whistle right past our camera. 22-6 now the shots in the game. 11-1 in the period for SPASH as Bolton, Fisher, and Weiss are on the line. Face-off one this time by Verona, by Bethke. 6:40 to go here in the second. 5-0 SPASH on the Miller hat trick. Goals all from Westrick and Ostricky. Flees. Fires it around, but that's turned over in the offensive zone. Fleece puts the body on, and he'll backhand for a Weiss. And here comes Jaron Bolton. Bolton drops it off, looking for Weiss. Just a little bit behind him, back the other way. Chipped in by Riley's. Sorry, that is Cole Richard, number 28. Here's Weiss. Weiss chips past the defenseman. SPASH on a change. Weiss keeps on a stick. Lets his teammate get their full line change. They're underrated part of the game as Ostricky. Fisher banks it back and out of the zone looking for Carroll. Over for Westrick. Into Middlestat, in onside. Middlestat gets around. There's a chance. Penalty, or no, not penalty. I mean, he just lost an edge. Almost got tripped. Kept in the zone by Carroll. He'll spin it back, and that's intercepted. Trying to free up a partial break, and it's not there. And it's caught, save made by Burdick off of Jack Albert. Pass for Westrick. Westrick gets around. What a move. Shoots off the post. Abbott's then rebound attempt is sent wide. Carroll as Wesher with a beautiful move, but he put it right off the pipe. Long range deflected into the corner. Abbott, there's a broken stick in the corner. As out with it now, Eli Matala. That'll be played back. Takes a tough bounce. Carroll will pick it off and then get it over to Ostricky with 4:34 to go here in the second. Long pass, here's Bo Schrader. Schrader for Middlestat. Middlestat gets in, looking for the backhand. He throws a hit on the goaltender as well, goes head over skates. Save was made by Wong. That one banked high and gloved down by Poirier. Poirier across for Logan Ostricky. Poirier. Long backhand pass right on the tape of Schrader. Schrader looking for Molsky, and he can't quite handle it. Molsky drops it for Miller. Miller banks it back to Poirier. Long shot, save made. Rebound, Molsky, that was blocked out in front. That one chipped up and bouncing back to center ice, Poirier. All the way across for Schrader. Schrader drops it, spinning play, Molsky. Trying to drop it for Schrader and intercepted. Back to the blue line. Poirier plays it back towards center. Here's Ostricky. Chips it forward for Molsky. For Logan Ostricky. Glove down, back to the point it goes. Poirier, he'll wire a shot. Save made off the glove of Wong. He tried to go right back against the grain with that shot as that's banked in to Molsky. Man, that'll be an icing as with 3:04 on the clock, he'll come back down. Offensive zone face-off for Spash. Shots 13-2 in the period, 24-7 for the game. Face-off won by the Panthers. Reed Molsky plays it back for Fisher in the corner. Back for Molsky. He'll just play it into the corner. Fisher, Weiss, and Marshall the line. That one just banked forward, and Steffen can't handle it. That one just chipped in by Dominic Marshall. He'll glove it down, and then his attempt to dump is blocked, and back the other way comes Daniel Steffen. We're going to get a penalty called on Spash. We're going to get a Verona power play. A hooking call. Called on Weiss. 14:34, time of the penalty on Johnny Weiss. And we get a Verona power play. And that's cleared by Ostricky. Verona looking to break it out. Pass too far from Willenberg. And here comes Middlestat on the penalty kill. Spash, he's been very aggressive this year, and really the last couple years on the penalty kill. It's trying to establish a forecheck. Skating it onside, a low shot is wide from Henry Ingersoll. Now Bowden Brotsman. Good job keeping on his stick, but then that one eventually just a bit too much. It's knocked away. He gets it back, takes a hit from Carroll. Carroll pins it on the boards, takes his time, rolls it back towards center, deflected there by Dede. Matala plays it back for Cripps. That one chipped in. 50 seconds left on the Weiss penalty. That one back behind the net. Burdick trying to find it. And goes back to Steffen on the points. Miller He'll wire a shot, and that's saved by Burdick. Didi trying to clear, he can't do it. Final minute of the second period, final 30 seconds of the Weiss penalty. Back to the point for Miller. Steffen can't handle it. Middlestat will clear it back to the blue line, but not out. 17 seconds, shoot traffic. It's rebound, a couple of saves made there by Burdick. Carroll will skate out with it. 7 seconds left on the penalty. Carroll gets around, loses an edge, and it goes into the corner. Final 30 seconds. That'll kill off the penalty. We're back to 5-on-5. Steffen up the left wing. He'll take a shot. Save made by Burdick, and the rebound is cleared to the corner. Molsky to Schrader. 3-on-1 developing. Bo Schrader. He'll leave it. Shoots and misses wide. Trying to go short side. Final 5 seconds left as Grady Miller with it. Trying to drop it off. He keeps it on his stick. And his pass will be blocked, and the period will expire. Couple of goals in the period for SPASH from Ostricki and Miller with the hat trick. And it's 5-0 Panthers after 2. Shots 26-9. They were 15-4 in the period as you were watching high school hockey on Zaleski Sports, brought to you this evening by Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
Littlest thing of walking or just being able to get around the community or walk to the grocery store or walk around the grocery store is just something little, but that is such an impactful thing, I think, to the patient to say, okay, well, I have 5 other things, but you were able to just help me with one of them. And I think that is gratifying for me personally, just to help even one small aspect of their life.
Looking for a place where everyone feels at home? Welcome to Point Brewery, your family-friendly tap room with something for everyone. From a wide variety of local brews to classic Point sodas for the kids, we've got the perfect pour for everyone. Craving a bite? We've got hot, cheesy Portesi pizzas ready when you are. Whether you're hanging out inside or soaking up the sun in our outdoor beer garden, there's space to unwind. Planning a celebration? Reserve our private event room and make it a gathering to remember. Point Brewery, good times, great taste, all on tap.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Meda Custom Apparel, your local source for quality, custom decorated clothing and products. Discover a wide range of products from corporate casual wear to team uniforms, promotional items, sporting goods, and awards. Don't settle for less. With our in-house production, we will make your name or event stand out with custom sports jerseys, branded cooler bags, and personalized can coolers. Celebrate team success with custom awards and promotional items. At Meda Custom Apparel, we put your brand first. Explore your options today at medacustom.com.
Second intermission here from Stevens Point here at KB Willett Ice Arena. Again, Mike Warren here with Angelica Dean. Take a look at the scoring here in the second period. It started at a minute 13, unassisted. The first of the season from Zach Ostricki. Came with just a single point on the season, an assist from the blue line. He gets his first goal of the year, and then at 6:56 even strength. It was the hat trick. A beautiful shot from Grady Miller, assisted by Bo Schrader. So Schrader gets his 14th point, his 7th assist, 14th goal, and 31st point for Miller. Take the team lead for the SPASH Panthers on their way now to 11-1-0 on the season. Booker Long saved 13. Sorry, he saved 12 of 14 shots in that second period. Burdick saved all 5 he faced. He is 10 for 10 on the day. And Wong came in for Prisbillo, who gave up 3 goals on 11 shots in the first period. Only penalty of the period was a hooking call on Johnny Weiss at 14:34. That penalty was promptly then killed off. And again, SPASH now up 5-0 here through 2 periods. Again, Westrick scored in the first on an even strength marker. Then Miller scored twice, once even strength, once on the power play for that 3-0 first intermission lead. And then Ostricki and Miller completing the hat trick in the second period. Assists. So Schrader with a 2-point day. Miller with the hat trick. Single points for Westrick. Benny Abbott, Poirier, Reed Molsky, and Ostricki. Again, Schrader with the 2 assists. It is the second intermission here on Zaleski Sports. SPASH leads 5-0 on this game. Brought to you by Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
I got referred to the orthodontist, and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here, and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Bruce Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointments, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation.
All of our viewers about Mitten's Rusted and Busted trade-in sale, which reminds me of a funny story.
Folks, Tim's saying that Mittens is paying its customers to get rid of their old furniture and buy new.
This January's Rusted and Busted promotion is so huge. Do you think we could make it any bigger?
I don't think so, Tim.
Hey, do you think Jill will let me buy a brand new Lazy Boy power recliner, or should I build one myself?
Well, Tim, the stars are telling me that buying one from Mittens would be a safer decision.
For the best food in town, look no further than Rock and Roll Cafe on Stanley Street in Stevens Point. This locally owned, 50s-themed diner loves to support their community while providing a full menu of breakfast and lunch options, along with all-day breakfasts and Friday fish fry. Enjoy a fun, family atmosphere with delicious meals made from scratch, including skillets and tasty burgers. Dine in or take out is welcome, Mondays through Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Treat yourself to a mouth-watering experience at the Rock and Roll Cafe on Stanley Street in Stevens Point.
So, after a couple years of this, it's time for more money and better opportunities. That's where Mid-State Technical College comes in.
Are you a born leader? Is hospitality your thing? Maybe you're into efficiency. Or do you love building teams? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. So stop getting by and level up today.
Glad to have you joining us. The ice still being cleaned by our Zamboni tonight. Remember, always high-five your Zamboni driver if you're in hockey, and they do an unsung job to get this ice cleaned up, and if it breaks down, it's never a fun thing. As we play here again, looking ahead and coming your way in a little bit yet tonight. Still 2 more games in basketball action. Boys basketball, as Auburndale and Columbus Catholic will match up head-to-head. Dontra bouncing back from their trip down to Mequon. They went 0-2 at the Rick Macheras WBY shootout. Marshfield boys taking on a tough opponent in Neenah. Remember right, that was the sectional final last year, if I'm thinking right. No, it was Kimberly. Either way, Wisconsin Valley versus the FVA coming your way later on tonight as well from Marshfield. Earlier today, Loyal swept a girls and boys basketball doubleheader from the Rothschild Hornets. And of course, things will get right back at it again starting on Monday next week. 4 games coming your way in the basketball court on Monday. I will be in my hometown in the Thunderdome. Girls basketball, Iola Scandinavia and Amherst. Colby girls taking on Stanley Boyd. And in boys action, Marathon hosts Pacelli. Port Edwards will host Marion. And then Tuesdays, we'll keep you guys up for Tuesday as well. A whole bunch of games going on that way. Girls basketball action, Pittsville and Amherst. Newman Catholic hosting Assumption. Auburndale hosting Stratford. Marathon hosting Edgar. Kaukauna hosting Neenah. Neilsville hosts Fall Creek. That's going to be a big one on the Clover Belt. And Wapaka will host Denmark. Boys basketball action. Spencer will host Columbus Catholic. A huge Clover Belt matchup there. Spencer, 120 points last night, a school record. They're undefeated at 11-0 for the Rockets. Oak Cliff Memorial will host Hudson. Marshfield hosting SPASH boys action. That'll be a big one as well. Pacelli will host Tri-County. And in hockey action, Marshfield will be hosting East Merrill. And I will be in Wisconsin Rapids at Southwood County as Wisconsin Rapids and SPASH will go head-to-head. So again, that's your schedule for Monday and Tuesday next week. Keep your eye on ZaleskiSports.com. Any changes or updates to that, and also find the latest standings and scores statewide on the basketball court, select conferences in hockey. And coming up next week, we'll have our first seed projections for girls basketball coming your way as well. That being said, as the final few passes for our ice being cleaned up by our Zamboni driver, it's 5-0 SPASH after 2 as you are watching high school hockey on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eclair.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing
Does
room.
your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield. Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauernfein Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with.
At Nicolay Bank, a great rate isn't new or trendy. Our Real Rewards checking has offered 3.00% annual percentage yield since 2011, earning customers over $30 million in interest. Join your friends and neighbors in experiencing Real Rewards checking and get excited to earn 3% more. See terms and apply at nicolaybank.com. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
The ice is clean. The nets are being put into place. Just a couple minutes left on the clock here during the second intermission. Again, 5-0 SPASH. Goals again. Teddy Westrick scored to get things going, so he's got the go-ahead goal right now. Then back-to-back from Grady Miller in the first, once on the power play. Zach Ostricki, and then Miller's at the hat trick at 6:56 of the second. Zach Burdick in net 10 for 10 on saves tonight, and then Ethan Prisbillo went 8 of 11 in the first period, and then 12 of 14 in the second was Parker Wong for Verona. Wildcats will drop to 7-4 if this score holds on the season. SPASH will move to 11-1 with their 3 games coming up next week. Again, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. All of them can be found on Zaleski Sports. Tuesday in Wisconsin Rapids. Thursday hosting Marshfield. And then Saturday hosting the Hudson Raiders. From here from KB, well, that'll be a huge test for both teams to really see how good they are. SPASH had a couple early tests. They've handled Notre Dame pretty comfortably at the beginning of the year. They've taken down Brookfield. They've taken down University School. They took down Wausau West. They've been able to handle their business. But they still want to continue to get better. Both teams do, and I've had a chance to talk with coaches throughout and keep things. I think SPASH also took care of Tomahawk back on Sunday. You look at later on, they have the 22nd, that big game in Wausau West. They got Nina again on the 23rd. University School again. They got Edgewood. It's a tough schedule that Coach Polkamp has given his team this season. So as we just wait for our officials to take the ice. And we'll get the teams out here. As Burdick is kind of waiting at the gate. As we get closer and closer to puck drop here in the third. Shots 25-10 now for SPASH. So it was 14-5 in the second period. And Burdick has had to make 10 saves. He had to make some tough ones among those 10. He's done a very good job in net. SPASH 17 minutes from win number 11. And our officials take the ice. As they play the Axel F theme, the Beverly Hills Cop theme here on the PA system. I'm expecting Eddie Murphy to show up any minute. As the Panthers take the ice, Burdick leads the way. Wong leads the way for Verona. "17 minutes on the clock. We'll get set here for the third period. It'll be once again the Middlestat line. Middlestat, Abbott, and Westrick. Ostricky and Carroll. As the defensemen give a quick glove tap to their goaltender, Burdick. A couple changes now as there'll be the Miller line for Verona. Flanked by Brotzman and Kruger, and face-off won by SPASH, and we're back underway. Miller picks that one off and plays back for Ostricky. They'll just bank it in for Abbott. That's going to be nicely knocked down by Brotzman. Middlestat will knock him off the puck. Kruger, as Middlestat takes an open ice hit from Miller. Couple moves, and keeping it in is Cripps, but he can't get anything on net as that's played up to the right side boards. Westrick, he turns it over in the zone. Put a little bit of a hit on Jack Albert. And here's Beckett Carroll. Defenseman protecting it on his stick, banks it at the red line and in. That one back up to the point. Graham Molsky now, he'll take a low shot. That's going to be wide and then into the corner, steered in there by Wong. Shot blocked by Poirier, long range. And here's a pass knocked down by Molsky. Now we banked down for an icing. With 15:47 on the clock, a minute 13 here into the second period, or third period. Of course, stay tuned. After the game, we'll have your Nasonville Dairy post-game show. We'll talk with Coach Polkamp. And if things hold now, and a SPASH player. Face-off won by Verona. As that one banked in up the right wing. And a save made by Burdick off of Steffen. Poirier will bank it up to Grady Miller up the near side boards. That one banked back for Ostricky. Ostricky against Tomahawk scored 4 goals back on Sunday. That one knocked down by a high stick. We're going to call a hand pass either way. Face-off will come out of the zone. Puck goes all the way down to Burdick. So off into zone face-off for Miller for Verona. Molsky, though, wins the draw. Poirier will try and send it into the corner. Kruger is there. He'll send it back behind for Brotzman. Brotzman trying to get around Poirier. He can't do it, and eventually Grant Molsky will come out with it. Sends it right up the middle. Here's Bo Schrader up the left wing. Schrader trying to get around. Trying to backhand it, and that may have gotten on net. One-timer save made. Wong got there in time off of Miller. What a pass. Better save. Here's Miller. With Molsky. Miller gets around. Drops it for Molsky. Shot. Save made. And held. Some magic there between those two the past minute. Molsky looking for his 100th career goal. Bolton will take the draw, along with Weiss and Fisher. Face-off won by Verona, but it's quickly turned over. Fisher skating behind the net. Back to Fleece on the point. Fleece, nice little move, gets it free, but he can't get it past the second defender. That's banked all the way around for Samuel Heimerl. Number 19 for Verona. Fleece, long pass onto the tape of Weiss. He loses an edge. He'll just push it forward. It'll be chased down there by Andrew Martin. Martin sends it all the way through for Matala. That's going to go all the way down. They're going to wave off the icing, and Burdick will play it behind his own net. He'll leave it for Molsky. Now here's Fisher. Fleece will skate out. Weiss with a shot through traffic. And the save was made. That gets behind everybody, and now Fleece will have to go and chase it down. Collision in front of the SPASH bench, and now here's Weiss at the red line. He'll keep it in onside. That one chipped back to the blue line, and now it's Ostricki. Gets his stick lifted by Steffen. Steffen avoids the hip check, spins away from the hit from Carroll, plays it behind the net. Cycle started and ended just as quickly as Carroll gets it to the blue line, but not out. Shot save made by Burdick off of Mason Strutt. And it's still not out. Strutt going to draw a tripping call on Middlestat. We're going to give Verona power play. As Max Middlestat will head to the sin bin. 6:40 time of the tripping call on Max Middlestat. Third power play for Verona. Second only lasted 43 seconds before they had a penalty to make it 4-on-4, and then SPASH would score on the ensuing power play. That was back in the first period. Grady Miller just cleared back to center and is knocked down there with a glove of Wes Willenberg. That one stick checked back towards center. Willenberg. And that one just sent in for Poirier. And he will clear it, and that'll be all the way back down. Under 12 to go here in the game. 5-0 SPASH shots, 28-12 for the Panthers. 3-2 in the period. Strutt one touch in. They're trying to establish a dump and chase look. Brotzman. Back to the point it goes. Miller, he'll take a shot through traffic. And tipped wide. Shot to the dot. Gerke will leave it. Strutt on the boards. Miller through his eyes, blocked by Grant Molsky. And back out of the zone. Molsky hustling on the forecheck now. Drops his shoulder into Stefan and picks it off. Molsky and Miller draining some clock. 40 seconds left on the Middlestat penalty. 10:55 in the game. Now Schrader and Didi in on the change. Here's Miller for Verona. Fleece. Back for Schrader. He'll just clear it back down. 15 seconds left on the SPASH penalty. One last rush on this power play for the Wildcats, and that's going to be chipped in. And right back to Schrader. He'll clear it, and that will end the minor. 5-on-5. SPASH 3 for 3 on the kill. Nice little move in open ice there. That was Nolan Bates, the sophomore defenseman. Reed Molsky trying to pitchfork it forward, get it off for Fleece, back for Fisher up the wing and back out to center. And chased down by Martin. Ostricky for Marshall. Marshall, Weiss, and Fisher on the ice. Weiss throws a hit. And they'll battle behind the net. That one banked up off of Stanchion, and Daniel Fisher will come out with it. And just chipped in, and going off on a change is Eli Madela. Burdick will play it for Carroll. Carroll with a long-range pass right on the table. Weiss, 2-on-1, developing out 2-on-2. Weiss will take a shot, save made. Marshall has his stick checked away. Carroll back at the point with the puck. Little shimmy, gets it across for Ostricky, looking for a shot pass. Fisher will tip it into the corner. Now tipped back to center, back to Beckett Carroll. Middlestat just off the bench onto the ice. Skates in onside. Looking for a centering pass for Fisher, and that's off a stick, and back to the point it goes, Carroll. He'll take a shot that's blocked out in front. Carroll, he'll take a shot. That's blocked again, and then kicked forward, and we're going to get a penalty on SPASH. Cross check will be called on the Panthers. And it looks like Beckett Carroll will head to the box. .8:29 time of the penalty. And we'll get another Verona power play. On the 2-minute minor for cross-checking on Beckett Carroll. Stefan will take the draw against Molsky, and he'll win it. Point to point. Miller to the left wing it goes. Stefan, a shot save made. Burdick, and then Molsky will just backhand it out. That one rolled forward and then just cleared again, all the way down and stopped by Wong, wide of the net. Get off the first 30 seconds of this minor. That one rimmed around, all the way back to the point it goes. Brotzman. Poirier, an active stick, a nice pass. Miller, though, on his backhand. He'll get it back at the point, looking for some traffic. Shot save made by Burdick. I don't know if he saw it. Poirier will just pitchfork it down and kill off the first minute of this minor. 7.5 to go here in the third period. 5-0 SPASH. As Benny Abbott trying to chip one in. Kruger brings it in onside. He'll take a shot that's blocked out in front. Shot again, and Burdick may have gotten a piece of that one and fought it off, and it's cleared. 35 seconds left on the Carroll minor. Wong will leave it into the corner. Now here's Abbott. It's loose and covered up by the catching glove of that right hand of Parker Wong. 6:58 to go, 27 seconds left on the Beckett Carroll penalty. Face-off won by Verona, and Keaton Cripps will try and get a breakout going, but he's being hounded by Schrader. Get over for Willenberg. As Cripps, with 10 seconds left on the penalty. And SPASH forechecking aggressively on the PK right now. That's on net and held, and that will kill off the penalty. So we'll be back 5-on-5, and out will come Fisher, Weiss, and Bolton, along with Carroll and Reed Molsky on the blue line. Jack Albert will take the draw on the face-off won by Verona. Fisher with a stick lift. Weiss will just send it in. There's Nolan Bates. That one tipped back to center, and now that one off the facing of the penalty box. As Bolton plays it back towards center. Molsky to Carroll. Right to the stick of Weiss. He will just chop it in. That's on net and a save made. A bouncing puck. Bolton right back to the point. Molsky. He'll wire a shot. Deflected just wide. May have caught a touch of the glove, if that. Fisher battling for it, but Verona trying to break out, and they will. Back to center ice it goes with Bowden Brotzman. Brotzman. Carroll pushes him into the boards. Strutt at the blue line. Drops it off. Miller. A shot whistled wide. 5:14 to go here in the third. Fisher gets around. Trying to settle it down and trying to make a move. The puck still on edge. Fisher chips it ahead. Westrick, though, is there to chase it down. That one just dumped in by the defenseman, Mason Strutt. There's Logan Ostricki in for Thomas Oswald. Now Poirier. Poirier drops it off, looking for a one-timer, but the stick was there to block it before Millsap could take a swing. And that one just chipped in from the red line. No icing. And Oswald will leave it for Ostricki. Almost turns it over. Ostricki pivots back, makes a move, gets out of the zone. He'll skate in onside. Another nice little move for Ostricki. Back for Poirier, and his stick breaks on the shot. And he knew it, so he immediately drops it and gets to the bench. The shaft of the stick cracked right on the attempt from the one-timer. That'll be banked forward for Bo Schrader. Schrader. That shot whistling high off the glass behind the net. Molsky clears it to the near side boards. Oswald back for Molsky. 2-on-1 developing with Schrader. Molsky gets around. Molsky shoots. Backhand. Forehand. And a save is made by Wong. Wow. Robbery. Flees, dances around at the point. Gets around into the corner. Schrader back for Miller. Back for Molsky. Molsky, a shot, save made and held by Wong. Wong's been good since he came in. Made 20 saves on 22 shots since he entered the game. And he had a 10-beller there, Robin Molsky, of his milestone goal. Face-off one, back to Carroll on the point. D to D for Ostricki. Plays it back for Schrader behind the nets. May have gotten a piece of one of our referees. Here's Miller. He'll take a shot. That's the blocked out, or save made, I should say, by Wong. It did get through. Trying to get from that one is blocked, and back out with it is Madela. Now you can make a case, definitely might be the best skater on this Verona roster. He is very smooth on his blades. That one just bang. That's going to be an icing. Bring things back with 2:25 to go here in the third. Face off, won by Verona. That's chipped in. Ostricki will chase it down. He'll wheel. That one off the shaft of the stick of Weiss. And Fisher will backhand it into neutral ice. Weiss gets knocked right off the puck. It actually was not out. So now Poirier out of the traffic with it. Final minute 45. He'll backhand one wide, take a hit. Back for Fleece. That one chipped in, and that was tipped in offside with 93 seconds left. Bolton line in along with, for the first time tonight, Harley Kobach, number 33, and Didi. Spash was getting off the ice when the puck was dropped. That was risky. Final 90 seconds now is a big hit thrown. Didi will try and drop it for Kobach. That one back to the blue line. Also in the game, Carter Smolark, number 18. So we approach the final minute of this one, and Spash will get their 11th win. That one popped back toward neutral ice. Carroll saucers it into the skate of Smolark. In and tipped in by Didi. We're in the final 42 seconds left. As we'll get set to end this one on our wireless and get our levels figured out here. Get ready for our Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Here's Beckett Carroll skating out into the zone he goes. Carroll all the way around into the corner it goes. 20 seconds left, trying to center it. Weiss will fire one off the skates of Daniel Fisher. 12 seconds left. Weiss again with a couple of moves, trying to get it toward the net. Weiss still with it. 4 seconds left for Bolton. Fleece with a shot. Save made by Wong. He's going to stop it with .1, and there's going to run the clock and end this game. Your final score here from KB Willett, it was Spash 5, Verona nothing. Stay tuned, your Nasonville Dairy post-game show is on the way next on Zaleski Sports.
Good day, my name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Back here with your Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Michael here with Coach Polkev and Zach Ostricki. Coach, coming off of 3 games in 3 days, tough one with Nina. Talk about the bounce back of this team. Some new guys getting some more ice time, maybe different combinations, but you guys came out pushed early and you never looked back.
Yeah, after playing 3 games in a row there, we told the guys, hey, take some rest, get away from hockey for a couple days there. And then I think that showed tonight. They came out hungry right in the first, right? They got 3 and never looked back.
And really, the first 2, just kind of those goals that you don't expect to go in. Teddy and Grady getting those 2 goals. Just talk about the moment on the bench when you see that first one just kind of trickle through. It just rolls in, and now you're like, okay, we got one. We got a great goalie in net, and it seems like this will kind of get things going.
Yeah, it gives our guys confidence, gives our guys excitement. We talk about getting pucks on net. You never know what happens, right? And those 2 squeaked in there. It was good to get us going there.
And then defensively, Burdick only had to make 14 saves, but some of those were really difficult saves to make. He getting a lot of, again, obviously being the guy right now with Eric out, just how big is it to see him stepping up when he hasn't faced a shot for 10 minutes? He comes in, he has to get ready, and he's able to step up and make some plays.
Yeah, sometimes that's tough, right, where they don't see a lot of shots and all of a sudden it comes right at you. So I give him credit for staying focused, right, when he's not getting a lot of shots. So he deserved a shutout tonight.
And also talk about this guy here getting his first goal. Obviously, that's a big moment for any player to get to the first one. Hopefully, he's got the puck somewhere. I guess talk about that moment on the bench, seeing that one go through.
Yeah, he works his butt out every day. He's detailed. He's been knocking on the door there, so it's finally good to see him get that first one.
So, Coach, great job tonight, great win, and we'll see you in Wisconsin Rapids.
Thank you.
Zach Ostricki, House Player of the Game, gets his first ever goal. I guess talk about that feeling when you saw that puck go in.
It's a good feeling, walking down, shooting one, going in.
And I mean, obviously, defensemen aren't known always for their scoring, but you guys were able. You guys, this blue line here is electric. All you guys can put the puck in the net. What is it like for you guys to be able to get that ability to be aggressive, to step up, and any one of them guys can step in the play?
It's a good feeling knowing that all the D here can score and having a good D core.
And then for you guys as well, bouncing back from that tough stretch, 3 games, 3 days. I can't imagine the exhaustion you guys felt coming back. What was it like getting back on the ice today, getting into it, and really stepping up and showing what you guys are capable of?
It's a good feeling, showing the state that we can bounce back after some rough games, but that's about it.
Sounds good. So we're going to do one last thing. You see your camera right up there. Yeah. I'll give you this, and I'll get all the way. I'll count you in. I'll go 3, 2, 1. Go. I'm Zach Ostricki, and I'm in the house, okay? Right. Going 3, 2, 1.
I'm Zach Ostricki, and I'm in the house.
Good luck. Zach Ostricki, House Player of the Game, just got his first career goal tonight here from KB Willits. SPASH back in action on Tuesday night in Wisconsin Rapids. We'll be there for that one. We'll be back here on Thursday and back here again on Saturday right here on Zaleski Sports. That'll wrap things up here. One more time, your final score, 5-0 SPASH with the win over Verona, and they are now 11-1. For Angelica Dean, this is Mike Whalen saying so long, everyone. Stay warm, stay safe. We'll talk to you next time right here on Zaleski Sports. Good night, everybody.